And welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, I'm going to give you a little glimpse behind the scenes of one of my AMAs. I had an AMA this past Wednesday. I do it most every Wednesday. Probably not going to do it this week because it's coming right up to the holiday. So, it's Thanksgiving Eve. But I wanted to give everybody a glimpse of what it's like to be behind the scenes and to be able to ask me a question of pretty much anything. So I would say the best question that came this past week was a question about Loopring, which is a coin I've covered recently. I'll post that video up here again. But it's a very popular coin. It's moving quickly. And the question was, is it a good time to get in? And what are the charts telling you? Again, not financial advice always, but I had to point out, like, how do you analyze a coin? And I did it in real time, and I looked at it two different ways with two different some gut feel, but also two technical analysis viewpoints. And I just wanted to share that 8 or 9 minutes. These are the kind of things that you will be able to ask me if you join my Patreon. Link will be down below. It's in the description as well. If you join my Patreon, and you can ask me those questions, and you can find out what I think and how I even chart things in real time or just in general. So lots of good conversations happen there. Some things I can or cannot share on YouTube, but that's why we have that forum offline for just members only. It's only $20 a month to join my Patreon, and you get a lot of good content. So I just want to share this behind the scenes look at Loopring. And this is the kind of questions you can ask and the answers you can receive if you join me there every Wednesday night for an AMA. So enjoy. Got a few more minutes. Does anyone else have any other burning questions?
I got one more. Loopring, I noticed that you had a video out on that, and unfortunately I missed out on the Altcoinopoly video early in the year where it was down quite a bit. Now, do you feel like it's going to come down a little bit more and it'd be a good time to buy in? I mean, obviously I've looked into the project a little bit more. When's a good time? Do you feel, I know it's not financial advice, when to get into that?
All right, I am going to share my screen again. Share screen. Go there. So you can see me as I'm doing this.
Yes.
Okay. That one. Let me look. I think it was the 4-hour chart I was looking at. And you don't hit them all, but it's good to watch. So I don't know why it's so skewed. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. There we go. There we go. Move that over there. Okay. So what I did looking at this, if I do, I was looking at a 4-hour, and I was looking at a Fibonacci retracement. So let's see. Let's go there. To say there. Let's say about there. Okay, so you see the activity really picked up, and it ran up from here to here. And this to me, and it's a little hard to draw. Let me try and show it to you. So I'm just going to use an info line. I don't even know what that is, but so I call that a flag or a pennant. So I'm going to just draw a little info line. So there's a shape called, it goes up quickly, and then it's like it went down like an ABC, like a correction. So this is like, if I compress this in a little bit, I'm talking with my hands, but you can't see them. But if I compress them a little bit further, you can see that this would, from here to here, is like a flagpole, and this is the flag part. That's like
I understand. Yep.
So what I did was I looked at both of them, a Fibonacci retracement and also a flag pennant. So if this is $1.30, and I think I got stuff in the way. Let's see, this is about $3.70. So this is about a $2.40 flagpole, and the pennant comes down here. So if it starts going up from here, I would expect another $2.40 to be added to this price, which would put it at about $5. Now I'll show you also what I did. If I take the Fibonacci retracement, one thing I'm looking at is like a healthy pullback is 50%. That's about where it's at. Like this is about, here's a 50% line right there. So that's about where it hit. So
yep.
So this would be a wave 1. This could be a wave 2, and then wave 3. And what you do with wave 3 is another fib. And I'll just say from there, it's upside down. Hold on. I always make it upside down. We go there. And oops. Try and drag like, give me that corner, please. Thank you. So if I say it's about there. So wave 3 is going to go to the 2.6 extension. So if I can just move the screen enough a little bit. So I did two things. First off, I said about 2.4 plus this number, which puts it about 5. If you look at, if I draw a horizontal line at the 2.6 right there, 5.4. So I think that Loopring can get to about $5 for the next wave up. So my target is around $5, which also looks nice to get to 1.6 on over here. So I think between 4.5 and 5.5 is a very reasonable target for the next wave up for Loopring. Some of the news that came out was that I think Loopring is the rumor was that they were partnering with GameStop, but people are noticing this. Let me shrink this. If you go back and let me look at the year to date, I think you got the picture of the chart, right? You get the idea. I'm shooting between 4.5 and 5.5.
Yes, I do.
You can see the volume pick up. That's what I wanted to illustrate. If I just look at this volume activity compared to the rest of the year, I mean, it's almost like nothing compared to now. Like it was some volume there, some profit taking. But one thing I like to look at, and I'm just going to zoom in at the 1 month, just to zoom in on like this volume. Most of the volume, what I like to see is if the volume is high when on the way up and low on the way down, that means people are buying a lot on the way up and then they don't sell when it's coming down. They're holding. Same thing happened here. It was a big run up, lots of volume, and they're not selling on the way down. That means people are holding and thinking it's going to go up again. So I think you're going to see it's going to be a new price discovery because it's never been above, I think, $4. So I think when it gets between 4 and 5, that was when I would do what I call laddering outs, where I'd put some sells in, like 4.25, 4.5, 4.75, and so on. Whatever you wanted to sell or take profits on, say like put in 5 different orders, 20% each, from like 4 to 5. Not financial advice, but that's something that you could theoretically put out there. And because the way is like, well, you'd be upset if you sold it all at 4, right? But if you sold 25% at 4, or 20% at 4, 20% at 4.5, 20% at 5, you'd be happier each time you hit that next level. So you get more and more money by getting to that next level. So that's how I set my targets. That's how I look at it. And that's what I'm shooting for. I did take some profits around 3.5. I sold some there, but I didn't hit all my targets because I was laddering up between 3.5 and 4.5 based on previous charting. Then it came down in the last few days. I'm like, okay, well, let me look at it again. So it looks to be between 4.5 and 5.5 to my eye right now. But as far as getting in, I think it's a reasonable spot to get in at this point if you're not in the coin right now.
Yeah, I'm not, and I'm looking to get in actually.
Yeah, so I think that getting in now, and then same thing, you may not just want to buy everything right now. You may want to put in some buy orders anywhere between 2 and 2.5 and see which ones click in. And just say like if buy 25% at 2.5, buy another portion at 2.25, and buy more at 2, and so on. Because I think we're heading. I mean, we are in a price area that it's not really been in before. I think that I think this is, if I look right, that yeah, we've never been above $3 except for the past 2 months. So it's completely new territory. So a pullback and a retrace makes sense. It's healthy, but it's probably going to shoot up again. And you can see the volume this project has gained a lot of interest of late, which is good. So it was fun to hold on to this one and just see it because I was like, and I had it in 2 different accounts. I thought I had sold half of it. I didn't. I sold about 10% of it. So I was very happy to find the other account. Like, oh, that's got some too. That's great. So that's always nice. But that now you're starting to see how I chart things, and I look at it from a fundamental standpoint. And also I like if I could see 2 different patterns and 2 different scopes and they both align to the same point. They're both basically telling me $5 looks good. I like that answer because now I have 2 different ways to look at it. They both steer me in that same target.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Sure thing. Yeah, that was easy because I had just done it for myself. So I was like, yeah. I should probably make this video, but in fact, I recorded this, so maybe I will turn this into a video. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it looks like a worthwhile project to keep an eye on.
Yeah, you know you know the fundamentals of it, right? They're just basically a layer two decentralized DEX that you can do limit orders on, which is great. Not that there's not many things that you can do a limit order on that's a DEX, which is really advantage. The big advantage is that the Ethereum fees are ridiculous when you start doing a Uniswap or Pancake Swap, because you have to transact immediately. You have to jump to the front of the line. You have to pay through the nose for the Ethereum gas fees. But you don't have to do that with a layer two DEX, and you can also set the price you really want to buy at, which is great.
Yep.
I would actually, you should look. I know on the Loopring video I made, I don't remember offhand the website for the Loopring exchange, but it looks very similar to Pro Coinbase, so it's very easy to use. So there you have it. That's the glimpse behind the scenes. That's where I think about Loopring. I still like the project a lot. You can see I got the two different target prices in that range that I offered in that video, and I still hold I hold that belief that it's going to get to those prices very soon. Timelines are the hardest thing to predict, but I think that the charts are telling me that range of prices is where it's going to be. So if you'd like to join me and ask those kinds of questions for my AMA, again, join me on my Patreon in the description below, and I hope to see you there Wednesday nights. For all that said, I'm going to close the Journal Bureau today, and I'll see you next time.